Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome. I am just another Pokédad, and if you know where I stole my intro from, you're my kind of geek, and I say geek lovingly. So today we are going to play the latest deck that I've been working on, and I'm having a lot of fun with this deck, and it's doing pretty well. Could it do better? Sure. But let me explain it. It's a Togekiss VMAX deck, but it's a little bit different than the ones going around right now. What's great about Togekiss VMAX 310, which isn't the biggest number to hit, but it's a big number, so it's not getting one-shotted a lot, which is fortunate. So its attack is Max Glide for 2 colorless, does 120 damage. That's okay. But you can search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them in your hand, then shuffle your deck. That's the key to the whole thing. Searching out what you need when you need it. And free retreat. It's a beautiful card. Togekiss VMAX is a really good card. And so let me show you the rest of the deck. We're playing 3 Togekiss V and 2 VMAX. Then we've got 3 Bronzors with the evolutionary advantage. And then 2 Bronzongs with the metal transfer. So as often as you like during your turn, you can move metal energy from one Pokemon to another Pokemon. It's great with a free retreater. It's great. And then we're playing Corviknight VMAX 320. Again, not the biggest VMAX out there, but not the smallest either. And lustrous body, prevent all effects of your opponent's Pokemon's abilities done to this Pokemon. So immune. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Immune to a lot of things, that can reduce, poisoning via an ability and such. Then it's got G-Max Hurricane, 240 damage for 2 metal and a colorless, which is why we're playing the Bronzongs. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't use G-Max Hurricane, which is okay. It's got free retreat. So, you've got 2 free retreaters that can swap. You're coming up against a large VMAX deck. The idea is swing into it with the Togekiss, 120 damage. The next turn, you get to pick 2 cards. So you grab a couple things that you think are going to be useful for your next turn, hoping that you don't get Marnied. That's life. That's life. You got to deal with Marnie. And then you Bronzong your energy back to your Corviknight, swap out, swing into for 240. So between the two, you're doing 360 over 2 turns. That's knocking pretty much anything out. And it's just a good synergy between the two. We've got 1 copy of Zacian V, good attack, but also we're really wanting it for the Intrepid Sword, the draw 3 attach energy ability. Because as you can see, our final Pokemon is Mew with the bench barrier, which we want to prevent bench damage if we can. So that's the Pokemon line, and as you can see, no Crobats, no Dedennes. The reason is, 1, we're running Togekiss. We're searching for the cards we need, so we don't need... we need draw power. We certainly do, but we can't afford for it to be bench sitters. 1, our bench is going to be clogged. You kind of want 2 Togekiss VMAX out. You want possibly 2 Bronzongs and 1 Corviknight and probably the Zacian. I mean, you're just filling your bench depending on what you're doing. So, so there's not room for bench sitters who aren't forward in your agenda. So that's the Pokemon line. And then we're running 4 copies of Evolutionary Incense because basically everything we need is an evolution. So you need to be able to get to it. I wish I had better ball search, but we're using 4 great balls and then 4 quick balls as well. So that's our search for Pokemon. That's about as good as we can do right now. We run 4 metal saucers, so you can, quick ball away an energy, swing it back to the bench. Bronzong can move it wherever you want. 1 copy of Pal Pad, so we can shuffle 2 supporters into our discard because supporters are key, and once you use it, shuffle it back, Togekiss, find it, grab it back. We're running 1 reset stamp because we do expect. Okay, so a smart player goes after your Bronzors or your Bronzongs, knowing what you're going to try and do. So if you can, the good thing about that is if they're not going after Togekiss or Corviknight, yeah, you're not going to be able to move your energy, but you can Togekiss and find the resources you need at the time you need them. But you expect at some point you're probably going to lose the Zacian. You're going to lose, you honestly don't expect to lose the Corviknight or the Togekiss VMAXs. Because if you get both of them set up, then you're kind of in a good spot. But reset stamp is there because essentially, I mean, you can be down. There are games I've been down 6 prizes to 1. You stamp them, they can't do anything, and suddenly you gain an advantage and you take your remaining prizes, and they're not able to hold on to you. So stamp is important at multiple levels in the game. We've got 2 switches. Even though we have free retreat, the things that don't, the Zacian, we need to get out of the active. And yes, you can manually retreat, but that's not always easy. So we do have a couple switches. 1 copy of Chaotic Swell. We're running 2 Boss's Orders, 2 Cheryl's. And Cheryl is the big one because it heals all damage from each of your evolution Pokemon. If you do, you have to discard energy from the Pokemon. So the idea is you get swung into, you've set yourself up knowing you're going to be swung into with Togekiss VMAX. So you got Cheryl in your hand for the next turn. You Bronzor the energy onto an undamaged Pokemon. You Cheryl, you move it back wherever you need it to, ideally to the Corviknight VMAX, and you switch and you hit into 240, and that's the idea behind the deck. We're running 1 Korrina's Focus. Draw until you have 6 cards in your hand. It's not the best draw, but sometimes you can't give up what's in your hand. You can't just research it away or something. So Korrina's Focus allows you to hold on to it. We've got 2 Marnies and 4 Professor's Research. Then for energy, we are running 2 copies of the Triple Acceleration Energy. The nice about this is if you need to set it up, get energy on, metal onto your Corviknight, but you still need to attack with your Togekiss, and you want to make sure the next turn that the Togekiss is clear to be Cheryled. Triple Acceleration Energy helps because it goes away at the end of the turn. 2 copies of the Coating Metal Energy just to help deal a little bit with fire decks. Now, granted, you can run Togekiss VMAX solely. You don't have to put Corviknight down, but you slow yourself down. Corviknight is such a good card, but what you can do is use Togekiss to grab your Coating Energy before you put your Metal Pokemon down. Then, put down Corviknight V, throw the metal coating on it, you're okay. Subject to hammers, but hammers is what it is, right? And then 8 metal energy, and that's our deck. That is our deck. This is the Long Kiss Goodnight Corviknight. I'm having a lot of fun. Let's play it in a couple games. If you find things that you think you would do better, leave it in the comments below. I would appreciate a like and a follow. And yeah, leave any suggestions. I'm always open to it, and I'll revisit it if it warrants. Right on. Let's get into some games. All right, another game. Here we are. Been having a really pretty decent run with this deck, to be perfectly honest. So let's see what we're up against and see how it goes. Pink deck box. I don't know. Whimsicott. I don't even know what to expect here. Because it's even a Whimsicott GX, so I expect a Porygon Whimsicott deck. It's not the... I'd be a little more worried, not terribly worried, but a little more worried about the baby Whimsicott with the get rid of tool combos, just because we don't heal quite enough. I mean, I'd have to... It'd be one of those where... So, let's see what happens. All right. Thanks, Dorosh04. Let's see how this goes. He gets the Porygon out. He's got the cute little Cottony. Gets my cute little Togekiss. It's the battle of the cuteness. All right. Well, I'm going to knock out this Cottony. Togekiss don't play. I feel like Togekiss is made out of marshmallows. Am I wrong about that? I might be wrong about that. All right. Well, that's nice. Gets us into a couple of attacks here pretty quick. Just with, yeah. We're running like clockwork, aren't we? So we'll grab the Bronzong so we can move energy around. I've got healing if I need it. I've got a boss already, so... yeah. Maybe... yeah. Just some draw support in case or when we need it, but... another boss, so... I feel like right now, all I have to do is target down Cottonies as they come into play. I've got 2 bosses, so theoretically, I mean, he's going to have to put 2 down at once if he wants to get them into play. That's not 2 Cottonies. So, or Marnie, because, that's a thing. I'm sorry. Capture energy, Dedenne doesn't work that way. I get it. Sorry, man. Okay, getting into a game here. Togekiss VMAX and Corviknight VMAX with the Bronzong. A little bit of the long kiss goodnight. I'm big on movie references for my deck names. Dark and colorless box. I don't know what we're up against. Eternatus maybe, I'm not sure. We've got nothing in this hand. I mean, this would be a great hand. This would be a great hand if I had a basic. Just kind of sad. All right. This hand isn't terrible. If it is Eternatus, we need to move kind of quick. Not that they can, we just have to evolve up. They can't knock us out. So we have to evolve up. Cheryl. Oh. Not Eternatus. So this, Crobat. It's a Crobat deck. All right. So we're not really worried about knocking out. We're going to have to work around the Altaria. Maybe set up a couple Bronzongs to take care of Altarias. But we can constantly swap out. Once we evolve up, we can constantly swap out of our... yeah, I can't give up the Pal Pad right now because I feel like I'm going to need to heal more than twice in this game with Cheryl's. So we'll evolve up into the Bronzong now because we can. Grab some more cards, see where we go. Yeah, not great, but I don't know why I did that, so I'll just deal 20 damage while I can to the Swablu. That puts it in range. When it's on the bench, I could use Psi Power if he doesn't evolve that Swablu up. But, oh, Marnie, I'm not upset by that. We were looking at a pretty dead hand. Not looking at much better, but a couple Great Balls. Get me one Togekiss VMAX. And probably a Zacian. Just so I can get some draw going, because I don't think, not sure, but he hasn't evolved up into Crobat VMAX yet, so maybe we dodge. Nope, never mind. We don't dodge a turn at all. The cool thing in this matchup, Corviknight VMAX should be pretty good. Won't be getting hit by extra poison damage. He'll take the 70, but not the additional because of his ability. So, so let's see what we get. Nothing. Oh, man, could we have whiffed any harder? I think I just retreat. And see if we can boss and stall for a turn. That's about all I got. This is ugly. This is not looking... Yikes. This is maybe sometimes how this goes, right? I mean, when you don't run a lot of draw support and you don't run Dedenne, so you can't quick ball your way out of it, you sometimes just end up. But here's not bad, because now he can't manually retreat this. He's going to have to come up with a switch, but he can't air balloon his way out of this. Clutch is hopefully going to hold him there for a couple turns while I draw into something, maybe. I don't know. But we've got energy, so we could theoretically attack if we draw into a way to get a Togekiss VMAX out. Or we can Marnie. That's something. It's better than nothing. All right, so it gives me access to Togekiss VMAX. I think that's the one I'm going to go for now. I'm not worried then about being knocked out in one more turn. And now I've got draw support in my hand, so surely that'll get me into an energy of some kind. Maybe even a Corviknight VMAX, so I can... hammers. Stupid hammers. Hate these friggin' hammers. Love it when they miss, but... and that's the nature of coin flip cards. But they finally got the switch, so... but that's okay. I feel like I can probably draw, Sycamore into Corviknight V and an energy, and that will get me into the Togekiss VMAX, grab a Cheryl, start setting myself up more, because this is going to be a game of attrition, I feel like. We're not going to be one-shotting. We're going to have to double shot, but we're going to have to... no. All right, let's see what we get. All right, we can get the Corviknight VMAX. That'll give us the free retreat. I've got 2 energy, so I can knock into with my Togekiss. So I think that's the plan. I've got the... that wasn't the plan, to go into the Mew. I don't know why I did that. But I take out the Korrina, so that's something. I don't know. That wasn't really... I don't think that was my intentional plan here. I don't know why. That was foolish. Okay, that's all right. We got the Cheryl in hand. So here's the move. We'll go into... and I don't know what he's really saving Altaria for, but... all right. As Mahone would say, never punished. Lucky, because that was a foolhardy move on my part with that Mew, although taking out the Korviknight was, I guess, as good as it's going to be. But here, we're going to, what do we need? We've got draw, I've got, probably need a way, you know, hammers are real. And yeah, we want to chase down this Crobat. We want to take it out, and I think that's going to be, and then I'm going to have to pad back so yeah, we've got to chase down this Crobat, but 70 damage. We're not worried about big knockouts. I mean, he's got his other attack with the third energy, should he want it. So here we go. So we retreat, we get out of poisoning. We're going to boss up the one damaged Crobat, and take some prizes. And all right, there we go. Now we're gonna need another boss. And that's sort of going to be our problem, I think. Because both our bosses are in the discard. I actually think we're 2 bosses from winning the game. So I think I probably have to swing into an Altaria just so I can search for a couple cards. Because what I want to do, I mean, I think I want a boss. So I need Pal Pad, I think, so I can get the boss. Yeah. I need the Pal Pad. I think a Marnie will be all right. I got a lot of cards in my hand that I don't really need, so, but the Pal Pad puts luckily I'm not immediately being pressured right now, because even his big attack I think is 180, so at the moment he'd only be hitting in 260, and I also have the ability right now to lose one Pokemon. I mean, prize-wise, I have the ability to lose one Pokemon. So, okay, good. See? So, bringing up the Bronzong. Obviously has some fear because we've got... I can knock out Altaria in a couple turns with a couple swings, but so he's eliminating that, which is fine. So, because I'm going for the full, yeah, no need to Marnie him into more cards. Or maybe I am going to Marnie. I'm going to take out this is what I'm going to take out the Altaria on the bench. Oh no, I'm setting up. I don't know what I'm doing. Actually, what I'm trying to do is I want to set up another bench space, and the only way I'm going to do that is by letting him take out my Mew. I should have taken out the Altaria there and taken myself down to one prize. It would prevent him, then it would leave the second Altaria open for Bronzong. But that's the idea, is I want to set up another Bronzong, so I have two of them to knock out an Altaria should I get in that position. So so that's my play. So I think right now here I just hold the hand. I mean, I could have Marnied, but I don't know. I'm not playing top level here. I'm just I don't know. My brain is not functioning right. But we've got my bosses. He could swing into me for a big hit. I don't have a Cheryl, but if he goes for okay, so he's gonna boss, take that one out, which is why I did the last play actually, of setting up, of giving up the Mew just so I could free up the bench space, so to set up the next Bronzong. I don't know what happened there, but we won. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, sorry, we're in a game. I forgot to hit record at the beginning here. This is going to be a little bit of a tough matchup. Charizard, if it's the Blacephalon Charizard, that's a tough. I mean, we want to roll with Togekiss probably a little more than relying on Corviknight, but if we can get our metal coating energy, that might help us out a little bit. But no Bronzong here at the beginning. We do have some draw support for next turn, so that's something. But we may be in just losing Corviknight immediately. Luckily, I can evolve into Togekiss next turn as long as we're not Marnied here. But fire decks aren't really known for being Marnie decks. They rely mostly on welders, maybe a couple bosses. So hopefully we'll just... I mean, they're getting there. Oh, geez. They're getting all their pieces set up. We don't have a lot of, we have one, throwing away a hearth. So we only have one stadium to deal with that. But, this is going to look to be a little bit of an uphill climb. Because I don't have a way, unless if they knock out Corviknight V, then... which looks like it's going to happen this turn. So, but at least that'll take out their GX move. So I can evolve into Togekiss V. I got some draw support. I can search for what I need. The Mew's not really, it could be helpful against Cramorant. So I probably should bench it. And we'll use and draw into none of the, but Here, I guess I've got draw support. I've got Cheryl. So yeah, I just need to get the pieces I need to evolve into. But I think I want to set up another Togekiss V, not put out the Corviknight prize. Because I need the Bronzor in play. Hopefully, can evolve that up because I can't Cheryl right now without losing my energy, and I don't have a way to move my energy. But I don't think they have a way to. I mean, they can Blacephalon knock me out, but that's a lot of energy they'll have to come up with because they have to come up with 3 to attach, and then they have to do 350 essentially because 300 just doesn't do it because they wasted their ping. So my guess is they would use, they're not worried about Togekiss VMAX knocking out Charizard here. So yeah, my thought is they'd just try and set me up this way. So I think I probably, Marnie. And now I think I can get out the Corviknight because I can attach the metal coating energy. I should attach the metal coating energy. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to most likely lose my VMAX on the next turn. So I got to be ready to respond in kind. So what do I do? Yeah, I've got the energy for another Togekiss VMAX. So I think that's getting into that is probably the best play. So he must have another scoop up net in hand or a switch. But he's burning through those, so we're getting to the point where I think we're getting to the point where he's not going to be able to. So yeah, here I'll go into my Togekiss VMAX. I can attack this turn, take this knockout. Will Marnie limit their hand a little bit? If we're lucky, we Great Ball into a Bronzor. But we're not. So I guess setting up a Bronzong, we did, in fact, Great Ball into a Bronzor. So here, I think I definitely need the Bronzong. And then, yeah, we'll take the Evolutionary Incense to get it out of the deck. And reset stamp, and we'll hope that stamping them to 1 will... So, and I draw into the Corviknight, so that's good. I mean, we'll hope stamping them to 1 will take care of what we need to take care of. They need to attach. And let's see if they bring out Oricorio. But they need to attach and then have is it 7? Yeah, 7 fire energy in hand. So without a and they're attaching to the Cramorant, which I would be worried about. So now there's 3. So now I'm not as confident that I would be worried about the Cramorant, but I have Mew, so I'm not quite as worried about the Cramorant. And there's no great targets. That's the nice thing about this deck. I don't run Dedennes, so there are no targets that are going to be just taken out. So, well, he's not taking the knockout because he doesn't have 7 fire energy in his hand. So that's something. And I'm not... I mean, setting up this play is okay. I mean, stamping them from 2 to 1, is it worth it? I probably just have to because I don't know what the 2 are. And, you know, the only thing I can really hope for is that the one card in hand is not going to be something crazy, but they don't, welder decks just don't run Sycamores or Professor's Research, sorry. Dedenne solves that. Of course they have like stamped to 1, but yeah, we got Dedenne, not a problem. Okay, let's see. Well, there's 6. So he obviously has it. What can you do? You stamp to 1 and you do. But again, 7 energy, he just put 6 in his hand. He's got 3 on. But he must not have had 8 energy because otherwise he would have just attached to Jirachi and retreated. Or does he even have the 7 energy because he's not? I'm confused. He either has to win or he has to know that I'm going to win next turn. So I mean, if he's counting on, I don't know what he's doing. I like your name, though, Calvin Hobbs. I am a big fan of Calvin and Hobbs. So I'm just not sure what your play is here. Because you can't. Boss. But you just reset my... Okay, thank you. Well played. I don't think he should have brought up the Bronzong if he wanted to prevent me from attaching and retreating. Just didn't think that one through. But we'll chalk it up in the W. All right, here we go. Get into a game here, another game with Togekiss VMAX and Corviknight VMAX. Okay, so mulliganing in this deck is part. I have a good deck. Thank you. I'm going to throw my hand away now. Is kind of typical, for We don't have a lot. So I don't know what I'm up against. So starting the Mew over the Bronzor, I feel like is the right call against ADP. That's fine. It surely now gives us a few turns to get into something. ADP isn't typically a second turn knockout deck, so we've got a little of a moment to maybe dig around. This is a decent starting hand for this deck because I've got the ability to search now, ball search for quick ball to get myself. I'm going to set up Togekiss V and hopefully get into VMAX really quickly because that's just the way this deck rolls. So, and having a draw support is great. Marnie to get me a few more things because we don't run a lot of draw support because the idea really is get into a Togekiss and grab the couple cards you need. But we're able to, because of Bronzor's ability, evolution up using the incense, a Great Ball into the Togekiss VMAX over there. That's kind of a waste, though, since I already had the evolutionary incense. So now I'm really in a, other than, maybe getting Mew out of active, getting into my Togekiss VMAX. I mean, I'm just a boss away from being stuck in the active. So this is one of the faults of this deck. I don't have a lot of ways to move out of the active for the Bronzongs other than hard retreating. So I'm going to have to, I think I'm going to dig, grab the, good, the Zacians there. I'm going to dig for that and then move the energy around, put it all here on the Zacian, since I'm not worried about an immediate knockout on the next turn. And I interrupted sword for a bunch of energy, which is actually okay because now I can hard retreat and still attack with Togekiss VMAX. So it's not the worst thing. We're not in a terrible spot. We're in the spot where we can get our attack off next turn. So that's good. All right, let's see. Our opponent researches. Puts it on the Viridian Forest. That's interesting. It's not one that gets played as much as you would think in the ADP decks because, you definitely want that access to water. Most people choose energy spinners over that, but here we go. They got their sword off, so I'm kind of on the clock here, but I can metal transfer and hard retreat. I'm not worried about Togekiss VMAX getting knocked out. So ideally, since I have the Corviknight V in my hand, I'm going to spread the energy out because I don't want to get bossed in anything they knock out. So I'm going to grab the Corviknight V, and then I'm going to grab, I think, a Cheryl, just so they hit into me. Doesn't matter because all of my bench right now is able to be knocked out by the Zacian. I'm not quite as worried about that on this next turn, like boss, Zacian knockout. But I want to be able to. My hope is, it's a little dangerous. Actually, this would be good if they put my Corviknight V down. That would be great. I doubt they will. That would be foolish on their part, because then it'd be able to be evolved next turn, which would be phenomenal. But nope, they choose not to, because they're not the worst player ever. That's all right. I mean, so we're in the same position. I mean, it's a little dangerous to put the Corviknight V down, but what it does is it allows me to have them make a choice of if they're going to boss. If they're going to boss, taking out Corviknight or Zacian, and either one of those in this matchup can accomplish what is needed for the secondary power-up knockout. So, all right. So they're going to power up their Zacian and start powering up the second one. So I think my question is, what am I going to do? I attack with Togekiss, or do I take the knockout? I think, okay, so what I think my plan is, because they can't now, I want to be able to Cheryl again. If they take a knockout, I'm going to take a Metal Saucer, but I'm going to take a Cheryl in case they hit into Togekiss instead of knocking something out. But now I've got two Saucers, so if they knock out Zacian, I can get the energy back. If they knock out Corviknight, I can get the energy back for a knockout with Zacian. But what I think is, I mean, they're going to have to retreat the ADP, and I think what I can do is just not worry about it, and later maybe use Mew to knock it out on the bench. I mean, it'll take a ping of 10, so yeah, I think that'll be the plan, is like deal with the more pressing threats right now. No boss, so that's great, because he's just going to hit in. I'm going to Cheryl again, and then I'll probably maybe just evolve and take out this Zacian. That'll just leave. Well, never mind. Stamp and me will change the plan a little bit. All right. So a lot of kissy kissies. No Cheryl now. This changes everything. What is the plan? Let's see if we can dig and get we get a Corviknight V, which I just grab to get out of the deck. I don't know that I want that. I probably want to. I mean, I'm going to have to get rid of, I'll set up another Togekiss V. I haven't been using Viridian Forest to get an energy. I should do that, right? Yeah. Should do that. Kind of forgot that I have access to that too. Let's see what we get. Nothing. So I think we just got to take the knockout with Zacian, and we've got the saucers so that we can get the energy back. Yes, we're going to give up 3 prizes here, but I think, oh, thank goodness we grabbed the Corviknight VMAX out of the prizes. That's great, because now, yes, they can take this knockout, but I'm going to return knockout, and they're not really, I mean, yes, they're a boss, but they won't be a boss away from taking 3 prizes, because I forgot I have the Togekiss V on the bench. Yikes, I got to evolve that up as quick as I can. If I can, or Cheryl, because I got 4 prizes in the other one. I need some big brain play here. So we'll get Corviknight ready to attack. All right, well, Marnie, that gets us into the Togekiss VMAX. That's perfect, because at least now, I mean, yes, they're still a boss. They're a boss away from winning, but that's, ADP is always a boss away from winning. That's kind of ADP's, MO. So, yeah, 240. But they're going to have to hard retreat the Zacian. So if they got the boss, that's the game. And if they don't, then so 220, Zacian is 250. So, right, 250? 220, 250. Switch into Mawile. Stamp. Oh, okay, so that's game. Because now I can Mew. Good game. I'm going to take 5 prizes right here. Boom. Oh, awesome. Close game, but we pulled that one out. Mew coming in clutch. All right. We're going to... that was a good one. That was a good game. Thank you so much for watching. Obviously, I played a lot of games. Those were some of the best. Yes, I lost a few, and I didn't show the losses because they weren't anything spectacular. They were close games, and maybe I should have shown, and maybe I will in the next video, because I think I want to tinker a bit. I don't know what I'm missing, but I'd love to hear comments, because I think this is a really fun deck, and it does good. I mean, it really can compete. So I'm really proud of this one. I really am. So thank you. Thanks for watching, and would love again to work on this some more. Thanks again. Like, subscribe. I would appreciate it. I appreciate everything everyone's doing right now. And take care. Remember to always be safe, be happy, and be kind. Until next time, thank you.